Special Olympics has, I think, the best oath that I've ever heard. Let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt. And that says everything.
I'm the one that can ski the hill. My disability is just challenging me, and I will defeat it.
I've got about 2 or 3 more runs left, and I'm ready to rock and roll, baby. I want to get her done.
The strategy for the race is go fast, don't turn, as best you can.
24-hour Blue Mountain.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's bring our hands together. Here come our Special Olympians. Here comes Brian Stimmel. Here come the pipes.
At Blue Mountain Resort in Collingwood, Ontario, sports announcer Rod Black anchors the opening ceremonies for a unique fundraiser.
You get involved in sport to become part of something, to be part of a team, to be part of a journey. And that's kind of what this event is too. Ladies and gentlemen, now it's official. Welcome to 24-hour Blue Mountain. We've lit the cauldron and we're a few moments away.
24-hour Blue Mountain is a relay race. Teams of skiers and snowboarders try to complete as many runs as they can during a 24-hour period. Frank Abels is one of the organizers.
So each team is responsible for raising funds. 100% of the funds goes to the 2 charities, the Special Olympics of Ontario, and then our secondary local charity is the Collingwood General and Marine Hospital Foundation.
Thanks to Dr. Frank Hayden and the Kennedy family, the Shrivers in the United States, the first ever Special Olympics Games were held in Chicago Soldier Field, and through the years, thousands and thousands of athletes with intellectual disabilities have been able to play, have been able to compete, and have been able to win a lot of medals, as a matter of fact. So here we are, an opportunity to get together, ski all night, ski all day. We're going to get you over to your starting gates. We're going to give you the countdown. So let's hear one more big round of applause for everybody for 24-hour Blue Mountain. 3, 2, 1. The 24 hours of Blue Mountain has begun.
At 12 noon, the athletes run to their skis and snowboards and begin a journey that will test their perseverance.
Go ski, don't fall down.
Oh, there's definitely a competitive aspect to for a number of the teams. Each team is given a bib and a transponder. We have chip technology, which enables us to keep track of the runs for the skiers and boarders.
All right, so if you're joining us here at the bottom, one of our participants, he is fabulous and inspirational.
I'm Kate Pedersen, host of the 24-hour Blue Mountain fundraiser.
We're calling him Tommy 24 because for the 2nd year in a row, he is doing this on his own. Tommy, you've been doing it from the start. Is it break time yet? He says I'm embarrassing him. Well, Tom, it's bad news. We're only 2 hours into 24. We've got 22 to go.
I will tell you though, that the guy that fascinates me is this Tommy. Have you guys talked to Tommy?
We've got a chap who's very popular, Tommy Lamb. And Tommy last year came in to Blue on a Saturday morning looking to just ski. The relay was already underway. And he came in and he plopped down his credit card and said, I want to be in this.
Wasn't part of a team, so he became, in essence, a one-man team. But apparently he skied all 24 hours, from what I understand.
And he didn't have a hotel room, and he stayed in the ballroom and slept by the fireplace when he needed a nap.
Hi, my name is Tommy Lamb. I'm a solo participant at this event. I don't know how many runs I'm going to get. I don't know. Okay, let's see how these old legs actually hold up. But if I can beat last year's 104 run, I'll be very happy.
I'm Stan Cullivus, the team captain of Lavero Aviation. My involvement with Special Olympics takes me back to high school days when the Special Olympics World Winter Games were here actually at Blue. And my friends and family and I, we were team ambassadors for Team Lithuania that came, and they had some skiers and folks that participated in other events, and we spent the entire games with them. So last year, as a team, in total combined runs, we finished in 4th. We missed the podium by 1 run, so that was tough. But we're doing quite well right now. We're 4th or 5th, But we've got some great skiers on our team, and more than anything, we're having a blast doing this.
Well, strategy is different for everybody. For me, is that I'm going to try to pace myself every 2 or 3 hours of continuous skiing. Come in a little bit, okay, have a little bit of drink, do a washroom break, right? But if the legs aren't feeling that good, right, then I might take a prolonged rest, okay? Go over to the masseuse table over there and get some rub, right? And then we'll hit the slopes after that.
The strategy for the race is go fast, don't turn, is as best you can.
Well, during the event, I'm going to be eating light. I'm not going to go to Copper Blues and have like a surf and turf for sure, right? Staying on the peanut butter sandwich, some high protein stuff where it becomes carbohydrates and energy right away. Yeah, got fruits going.
What do we eat? Hot dogs, pita pit, a banana here and there, I guess. Just, you know, good ski chalet kind of food that really fuels us and makes us ski faster for sure. Yeah.
And the coffee. The coffee is going to get me going tomorrow.
The two contests that really matter the most are from a fundraising perspective. As a team, we were 3rd overall, which we were really proud of. And then I was able to be the top individual fundraiser at last year's event. We're really trying to better our result of 3rd, and so we'll see what happens. My friends have been bombarded from a social media standpoint and text messages and emails and phone calls, and they're going to continue to be bombarded for the next 18 hours or however many hours we have left. And you know, it's for 2 really great causes, and doing the best we can.
After the first event I participated last year, actually, okay, I followed up a little bit with the Special Olympics, the stuff that they do, where they have their games as well too. And I'm wishing that the public can actually be more supportive in private funding, okay, or even corporate funding.
We're always looking for more volunteers and donators. As I gotta say, Special Olympics is worth every single penny.
Robin Shooter is one of over 24,000 Special Olympic athletes in Ontario.
With all the money that we have received last year, we have got better time equipment. Our old stopwatches would just keep stopping, won't work, we don't have enough. It just like cost us quite a lot of stress and pressure. So with this new time equipment, we just have to wear a number on our helmet, and that's it, and just go skid the course.
Having spent some time with Special Olympians and seen them in action and seen their drive and their motivation and their unwillingness to let challenges that they may have stop them from attaining their goals, it was a great experience that opened my mind to to athletes that maybe we don't necessarily pay a lot of attention to, that we should, that are super talented athletes.
They just want to be part of us, part of society, and we can do one thing is just embrace them.
Tommy's kind of what this event is about, and I always say to people, go to one Special Olympics event and it's almost like a cult. You are involved, and you don't just get involved, you get committed. All of these people are really committed to helping raise funds.
24-hour Blue Mountain will return. We now return to 24-hour Blue Mountain.
Sports made a major impact in my life, and I don't know what I'd do without it.
4-time Olympian Brian Stemmel is the event ambassador for 24-hour Blue Mountain.
And it's not just being a competitive athlete and being an Olympian and being a skier. It was about me trying to find friends when I was in elementary school and doing something that I loved to do, like soccer or baseball, that I could make friends with, because I wasn't sure I was going to be able to in another part of my life. So sports kind of drew me to people, and I'm thankful that I had that outlet to be able to show my abilities and be comfortable around kids my age.
I like to say Special Olympics just uses the transformative power of sport to integrate people.
Glenn McDonnell is the president and CEO of Special Olympics Ontario.
We're a sport organization, but all the athletes have an intellectual disability, but what people don't normally know is we've got athletes who are very young, 4 and 5 years old, to athletes who might be 78 years old.
In 2018, the Special Olympic movement celebrated their 50th anniversary.
Well, as a Canadian, we should be really proud of the fact that Dr. Frank Hayden's research in the very early 60s, he proved the fact that someone with an intellectual disability could in fact participate in sports, and if given the chance, their fitness levels would improve, their social skills would improve, and he really felt strongly that sport was that vehicle.
I've been going to the Special Olympics Gala for a long time, and I just became friends with a lot of the athletes. This one kid, Troy, was a skier, and I signed his goggles, and he just loved me to death. And every time I go back to the gala and the awards dinner, I'd see Troy, and that's what kind of drew me to the Special Olympians.
To me, there's nothing like being around Special Olympic athletes. There's a purity to it.
You find that there's this great honesty and just natural gift that they give back to everyone, that they put things in perspective for you in a great way. And they're just so compassionate, caring, and they bring such joy when you're around them, and it's great.
My favorite story of a Special Olympics is a few years ago there was a power lifter, and this power lifter wanted to go to a Special Olympics championship, and he wanted to win a gold, a silver, and a bronze medal. So the first day he won his gold medal. The second day he finished third and he won his bronze medal. So he goes in the third day, and he's getting ready to go, and he can't wait to get the sweep, but he wins the event. So he's got 2 golds and a bronze. So he goes up onto the podium with the silver medalist, and he trades his medal so that he can get a sweep. To me, that's what Special Olympics is about. And they're amazing athletes.
I skied with a guy here this morning who's only been skiing for 2 years, and he can carve better than Ingemar Stenmark. Like, this kid is really good, and it's amazing the talent they have, and they just need a chance to show it.
30-year-old Robin Shooter has been skiing for most of her life.
My family has been sports fanatics ever since the dawn of time. So my mom wanted to get me into skiing. Although for a mom with a child with a visual impairment, it was very nerve-wracking for her. So she put me between her legs, and that's how it all started.
We are a ski family, so it was natural that her and her sister were going to be skiing at the earliest possible age. Hi, I'm Ron Mordett, and I am Robin's stepfather. The first time I met Robin, I hadn't met her mother yet. She was about 6 years of age, and I was a ski instructor here, and I was actually supervising the patrol here, and she broke her arm. So I gave her a little teddy bear, and that's the first time I ever met her.
I have a memory of a little later, when I was on the leash. I always wanted to go faster, like faster. My mom was doing snow plows, trying to stop me from going fast down the hill. Although I couldn't see that well, and with my eyes, well, I was just getting used to everything. So with that, I just wanted to go faster, and my mom's like, nope, no, we're going slower. You gotta slow down.
Robin is legally blind, so in very bright sunshine she goes totally blind. She loves it when it's overcast because she says, welcome to my world. And she also has a mild form of autism. Because of her condition, when she was in the regular school, she was picked on a lot, like horribly. We took her out of that school and we put her in the Ross McDonald School for the Blind, where her credits went through the roof, and she was more sociable. And as I say, she left that school with school honours.
When Robin was 12 years old, her parents enrolled her in the Special Olympics Ontario Collingwood program.
We've always encouraged her, both her mother and myself, have encouraged her to do as many different sports as she can. Her mother passed away 10 years ago, but anyway, we've always encouraged her.
My first sport is alpine skiing in the downhill team of Blue Mountain. And also I'm recently joined swimming, and I've been in golf for a few years.
The Special Olympics is one of the most wonderful organisations I've ever seen. That's brought her forward so far. She's very outgoing, very easily makes friends. And Robin is kind of a leader in it.
It showed me that my disability, although I've been having it for many years, I have it all my life, it should not define me who I am. I define who I am by my amount of friends I have, and like my personality, and just generally all around believing in myself and trusting my body to know what to do.
The 24-hour Blue Mountain will return. We now return to 24-hour Blue Mountain.
plan for the evening is to ski as much as possible until my dear wife calls me in for dinner. Then I will have to go because the team captain has a boss, and the boss is right over there.
It's 8:30 p.m. at the bottom of the hill.
I really love skiing at night. It actually, you can see more because the lights are just so bright. You can actually see the definition of the snow more. And it's really cool being out here by yourself and just with one run open, all lit up, completely peaceful, serene, quiet, nice. Going up the lift is just, you know, it's like an amusement park right in my backyard. And I get to do it, you know, all night long. It's pretty cool.
It's funny how competitive they get, though. I'm just an observer. That's all I do, right? I sit back here and I watch teams look at laps, and I watch teams look at how much money they're raising. And so, you know, it gets competitive. It gets competitive out there. I see it. I sense it.
So from a transition standpoint, that's one thing that we got pretty good at last year. We really looked at it as a NASCAR pit stop environment. And so we've got our whole crew ready. You know, at NASCAR, you got guys jumping over the fences and doing the tires, and so we've got a person who's dedicated to ripping off the bib, putting on the bib. Somebody else is ripping off the timer off the leg and putting on the next person, and everyone gives that next skier a little bit of a push, and they go. So that's our transition strategy.
The Special Olympics has, I think, the best oath that I've ever heard. Let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt. And that says everything.
Robin went through a fear. She'd lost her confidence, and she got scared of having a lot of people around her and people skiing fast, and it scared her. And we thought last year that we were going to lose her from skiing.
Absolutely, there have been times like that. She's taken off her poles, her skis, instead of walking up the hill. She's too frightened to go down. I'm Sue Diggins, and I'm Robin Shooter's coach. One of the things that we worked on with Robin quite a lot was mind chatter and how that affects us physically and our muscles, and trying to get her to do some positive self-talk. So I will give her the words, but then I tell her, now put that in your words. What would you tell yourself? And make it meaningful for her so that it's easy for her to remember to do.
With the support of especially the coaches, Sue Dickens in particular, her fear was overcome. She's now back to the level she was at, and is going to get past that level now. So.
At the 2019 Provincial Winter Games in Sault Ste. Marie, Robin won 3 silver medals, bringing her total medal count to 28.
A disability does not mean a disability anymore. To me, like when I was a child, it meant I can't do this, I can't do that. But to me now, having my disability doesn't mean a disability. It means a challenge. Like my eyes are challenging me. Like, can you ski this hill? I don't think you can. I'm a little disability telling you what to do. So that's not true. Nowadays, I believe that I tell myself what to do. I'm the one that can ski the hill. My disability is just challenging me, and it's just a challenge that I will overcome and I will defeat it.
There's no disability. She can do whatever she puts her mind to.
Our movement, thanks to the athletes, is a fun movement to be around. And I think very often you'll hear someone, I get way more out of what I get than what I give. That's a nice thing to say, but I think in Special Olympics there's some truth to it.
We wouldn't have any of the things that we deal with in pro sports if we just took a look at what Special Olympics is all about. And it's about inclusion, it's about getting a chance to play and gaining confidence. And I have just been so lucky to be around it through the years. I can't tell you how special it is to me. They kind of always thank me for doing it. I thank them, because if it wasn't for Special Olympics, it gives me a really good perspective on what true sport is about.
My next event will be the Nationals, if I do get in. In golf, we're still waiting for the first regional games. And in swimming, well, I'm just getting stronger.
As 24-hour Blue Mountain continues into the next day, Team Lavero Aviation clings to 3rd place. Modest Freeman is the team's final skier.
I think we've got about 15 minutes left. So I've got about 2 or 3 more runs left, and I'm ready to rock and roll, baby. I'm tired, but baby, I want to get her done.
At 12 noon, 24-hour Blue Mountain comes to an end. The teams gather to hear the final fundraising and lap results.
Wow. Absolutely wow. What an incredible job. It was so inspiring and impressive to watch all of you. So this is the exciting part. We're rolling into the awards. One of our sponsors was also an individual top fundraiser. Stan Cullivis, $3,745. Stan the man, and he was out there ripping laps on the hill. This is for the top fundraising team. And we're gonna shout out once again, Lavero Aviation, $8,910 raised as a team. If you had a chance to hang out at the base of the hill, this is one of the most spirited groups out here.
You know, the bragging rights goal is to win the ski race. We were fortunate enough, we finished in 4th place, a lap away from the podium last year, so really happy we got 3rd place this year, and so we made the podium, so that was a fun improvement for the team. We killed our lap total from last year, so that was great.
My goal was actually try to beat my 104 runs from the inaugural first year event from last year, and it's done. I'm happy, all right?
Tommy finished with 138 runs.
I mean, the turning point for us when we saw that we had a chance to potentially catch 2nd place was put in your fastest guy. I mean, there's no other strategy. I'd love to say it's a great coaching decision, but it's, you know, put in your fastest guy. And Matas Freeman, he's a former racer here at Collingwood, at Blue, at Collingwood Ski Club, and Craig Lethan, you know, he raced in the Banff Canadian program out of Banff, and so he's a few years removed from it, but you know, it's kind of like riding a bike. A lot of that stuff doesn't really go away, and it showed. I mean, you guys saw him smoking down the hill and passing people every which way. So.
Last couple hours is actually don't get hurt, don't get wet, right? Finish strong, right? Okay, and try not to wipe out at the bottom, okay? Overall, this event is bigger and better than last year, all right? And I think anybody that has even the slightest interest of joining, sign up.
Well, we've got one more award left to go, and this was a pretty heated race, the highest number of runs by a team. We'd like to welcome up on stage our top team, the Nordica Doberman. They did a lot of runs, 268 runs. That's pretty impressive.
My name's Craig Wagner, the team captain for Team Nordica Doberman. So yeah, anything we can do to support the Special Olympics is something I'll always participate. Whether we end up in the podium, 1st place, last place, it's more about supporting the cause.
So many incredible individuals. Thank you all to you guys for participating. And this year, we are already over $70,000 on track right now to close out the weekend at $80,000 raised.
I just feel like that the communities that do all this stuff is like unbelievable. And like it just makes me believe that there's a lot of people that do believe that if you have a disability, join the Special Olympics, it'll change your life.
Producers, Christian Urban, Randall Urban. Narrator, Christian Urban. Director of Photography, Sabre Walker. Videographer, Jeff Rocky. Editors, Christian Urban, Randall Urban, Jeff Landicho. Photos courtesy of Special Olympics Ontario, Brian Stemmel, Robin Shooter, Sue Diggins. Special thanks, Lynn Miller, Frank Abels, Special Olympics Ontario. Integrated Described Video Specialist, Ron Rickford. Regional Content Specialist, Karen McGee. Graphics, Graham Yates. Coordinating Producer, Jennifer Johnson. Director, Production, Kara Nye. Director, Programming, Brian Perdue. VP, Programming and Production, John Melville. President and CEO, David Arrington. Copyright 2019, Accessible Media Inc.